The project is behind schedule. Everyone knows it. Nobody is saying it. That silence will cost you everything. Monday morning stand-up. Your lead developer says, "We're going to need 2 more weeks." Your stomach drops. The client demo is in 10 days, and you just told your VP last Friday that everything was on track. That moment, where your credibility, your timeline, and your team's morale all hang in the balance, that's where most project managers panic. But the ones who handle it well follow a clear pattern, and today I'm walking you through exactly how experienced PMs manage schedule slips without losing trust or control. The worst thing you can do when a schedule slip happens is pretend it hasn't. I've watched managers spend 2 full weeks trying to make up time by pushing the team harder, skipping reviews, and cutting corners on testing. It never works. The slip just gets bigger. A study from the Project Management Institute found that projects with delayed risk escalation were 3 times more likely to fail entirely. The moment you suspect a slip, not when you're certain, when you suspect, that's when you act. Pull your leads into a room and ask one question: what is the realistic completion date if nothing changes? Not the optimistic date. Not the date that makes the Gantt chart look pretty. The honest date. Write it down, because that number is your new starting point. Schedule slips don't just happen out of nowhere. Something caused them, and it's rarely what shows up on the surface. Your developer says they need 2 more weeks, but why? Maybe the requirements changed 3 times in the last sprint and nobody updated the estimates. Maybe a critical dependency from another team showed up late and broken. Or maybe someone on the team is burned out and working at half capacity but hasn't said anything. You need to dig deeper. Sit down one-on-one with the people doing the actual work. Don't ask "why are you behind?" that puts them on defense. Ask what's getting in your way instead. That question opens doors instead of closing them. I once managed a project where we were 3 weeks behind, and the root cause turned out to be a single approval bottleneck, one director who took 5 days to review every document. We didn't need more developers. We needed a faster approval process. Once you know the real date and the real cause, you have 3 levers to pull: scope, resources, and quality. You almost never get to keep all 3 intact. This is where you earn your salary as a project manager. Go to your stakeholders with options, not excuses. Frame it like this: we can deliver the full scope 2 weeks late, or we can deliver the core features on time and phase 2 comes in the next release. Never walk into that room with just the bad news, always bring at least 2 paths forward. Let leadership choose which trade-off they prefer. A senior PM at Microsoft once told me something that stuck with me for years: your job isn't to deliver the original plan. Your job is to deliver the best possible outcome given what's actually happening. That mindset shift changes everything about how you approach slips. Nothing destroys trust faster than a stakeholder finding out about a delay from someone other than you. Or worse, discovering it themselves when the deadline passes quietly with no warning. The moment you have a revised plan, communicate it. Send the email. Book a quick call. Be direct and specific. Say what slipped, say why, say what the new plan is, and say what you're doing to prevent it from happening again. Don't over-apologize and don't blame anyone. State facts, present solutions, and move forward. I've seen PMs survive massive schedule blows, months of delay, with their reputation fully intact, purely because they communicated early and honestly. And I've watched PMs get fired over 2-week slips they tried to hide. Transparency is not weakness. In project management, it is your greatest protection. If you only react to schedule slips after they happen, you'll spend your entire career playing catch-up. The best project managers I've worked with build systems that catch slips before they become full-blown crises. Weekly velocity tracking is one solid approach. If your team's output drops 2 sprints in a row, something is wrong even if nobody has raised a flag. Another technique is the confidence check. Every Friday, ask each team lead to rate their delivery confidence from 1 to 5. Don't ask for explanations, just the number. When someone drops from a 4 to a 2, you know exactly where to focus your attention the following week. Buffer time matters too. If your project timeline has zero slack built in, you're not planning, you're hoping. Build in at least 10 to 15% buffer on any timeline over 2 months. Not as hidden padding, but as an explicit invisible risk buffer that you manage openly with your stakeholders. So here is what I want you to do right now, before you close this video. Open your current project timeline and ask yourself one honest question: if something went wrong tomorrow, would I know about it within 48 hours? If the answer is no, you've already found your first fix. Set up a weekly confidence check with your team lead starting this Friday. It takes 5 minutes and it could save you weeks of pain down the road. Schedule slips are not failures, they're signals. The only real failure is choosing to ignore them. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.